It's a humid afternoon in Nairobi, and a baboon suddenly lashes out with raw rage, snarling, charging, baring teeth. But what triggered this primal explosion? Was it just anger or something deeper swirling under the surface of that moment? Robert Sapolsky's Behave pulls us into that furious second and then rewinds thousands of years to unravel the staggering complexity behind every human act, good, bad, and everything in between. Let's zero in on that split second the baboon attacks. What's firing inside its brain right then, transforming calm into chaos? Picture this: in Sapolsky's lab, a baboon's amygdala lights up like a flare seconds before it lunges. The amygdala, our brain's smoke detector, quickly decides if a situation demands fight, flight, or freeze, flipping a neural switch that sends the beast into action faster than conscious thought. Imagine your brain as a high-tech security system, scanning sights, sounds, and smells 24/7. That sudden snarl or a scent triggers alarms. Sensory inputs flood the nervous system like sparks in dry grass, igniting the chain reaction that ends in aggressive behavior or cautious retreat. But here's the twist: the stage is set long before the scene. Hormones like cortisol and testosterone flowing quietly through the bloodstream hours or days earlier tune the brain's sensitivity. Too much stress hormone, the same trigger might feel like an explosion. Too little, it might barely register. Zoom out a bit, that baboon's past weeks, childhood, and genes all play a role. How does history shape what happens in a second? Sapolsky tells the story of Tito, a baboon who endured brutal early social isolation. Years later, Tito's brain chemistry was warped, his stress responses permanently upended. Like an etched groove, early trauma tunes the nervous system's future behavior, making Tito prone to overreact to threats other baboons shrug off. Dominance isn't just about muscle, it's a chemical kingdom. High-ranking baboons flood with testosterone, low-ranking ones swim in stress hormones. This internal chemical tug-of-war changes behavior day by day, who's bold, who's submissive, and even alters the brain's architecture itself over time. We humans love blaming genes for behavior, but Sapolsky flips this. Genes aren't scripts but landscapes, flexible, shaped by environment and experience. It's like inheriting a starting point, not a destination, with evolution setting boundaries but culture and life writing the story. If a moment and a life shape behavior, what about millions of years? How has culture and evolution woven its invisible threads into us all? Sapolsky dives into the concept of cultural traditions acting like invisible puppeteers. For example, groups of baboons adopt unique foraging rituals or conflict resolutions that aren't genetic but learned. Culture becomes a feedback loop. Behaviors evolve beyond biology, creating norms that guide choices and judgments. Think of evolution as the original architect, crafting humans over millions of years. Our brains and bodies bear marks shaped by hunter-gatherer life, tribes, cooperation, competition. Ecology forces like food scarcity or climate shifts co-author the script, influencing how cultures arise and what behaviors are rewarded or punished. Here's the payoff: understanding morality, cruelty, or kindness requires zooming out again. A behavior labeled bad isn't just individual failure but an emergent property of layered influences: neural, hormonal, personal, cultural, ecological, and evolutionary. Knowing this complexity means compassion replaces judgment, empowerment replaces ignorance. Back in Nairobi, the baboon's outburst wasn't just anger. It was a perfect storm of brain circuits, hormones, memories, and evolutionary history colliding. Knowing this rewires how you see yourself and others. Next time you feel a rush of anger or kindness, pause and trace it back through time. Try this, catch the instinct, question it, and own your choice. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.